Welcome back to another episode of Milton the Knower. Today, we'll be delving into the fascinating world of neuroscience to uncover the truth behind free will and how our brains shape the choices we make. Get ready for an exciting and informative journey into the inner workings of our minds. To begin our exploration, let's briefly discuss the concept of free will. Free will is the idea that we have the power to make our own choices and decisions, and that our actions are not determined solely by external factors or predetermined events. This notion has long been debated by philosophers, scientists, and theologians alike, with some arguing for the existence of free will, while others maintain that our lives are governed by determinism. But what does neuroscience have to say about this age-old question? Recent advances in neuroimaging and brain research have provided valuable insights into the nature of decision-making and the role our brains play in shaping our choices. Our brain is a complex network of billions of interconnected neurons. These neurons communicate with each other through electrical and chemical signals, forming the basis for our thoughts, emotions, and actions. When we make a decision, various brain regions work together to process information, evaluate options, and select the best course of action. Some key areas involved in decision-making include the prefrontal cortex, the anterior cingulate cortex, and the striatum. Now, let's dive deeper into these brain regions and their roles in our decision-making process. The prefrontal cortex is responsible for higher-order cognitive functions such as planning, reasoning, and self-control. This area is crucial in weighing the pros and cons of different options and making rational choices. The anterior cingulate cortex, on the other hand, helps us monitor and evaluate the outcomes of our decisions, while also detecting conflicts and errors. Lastly, the striatum plays a role in determining the value of various options and helps us form habits based on rewards and punishments. With this understanding of how our brain functions during decision-making, we can now explore the implications for free will. Some neuroscientific findings have been interpreted as evidence against free will. For example, the famous Libet experiment conducted in the 1980s showed that brain activity associated with a decision can be detected before the person is consciously aware of their choice. This has led some to argue that our actions are predetermined by unconscious processes, casting doubt on the existence of free will. However, this interpretation has been challenged by other scientists who argue that the relationship between brain activity and conscious decision-making is more nuanced than the Libet experiment suggests. They point out that humans can still exercise veto power over their actions, even if unconscious processes play a role in initiating them. Additionally, more recent research has shown that the brain's decision-making processes are highly dynamic, with ongoing interactions between conscious and unconscious processes. While the neuroscience of decision-making may not provide a definitive answer to the question of free will, it does shed light on the importance of consciousness and agency in our choices. Our sense of agency, or the feeling that we are in control of our actions, plays a crucial role in our experience of free will. Research has shown that when we feel a strong sense of agency, we are more likely to make choices that align with our values and goals. On the other hand, a reduced sense of agency can lead to feelings of helplessness and a diminished capacity for effective decision-making. Consciousness is another key factor in our experience of free will. While unconscious processes may influence our choices, our conscious awareness allows us to reflect on our decisions, evaluate their consequences, and ultimately learn from our experiences. This self-reflective capacity is essential for personal growth and development, and it is a vital component of our sense of autonomy. As we have seen, the neuroscience of decision-making offers valuable insights into the nature of free will and the role our brains play in shaping our choices. While the debate between free will and determinism is far from settled, our growing understanding of the brain's inner workings can help us appreciate the complexities of decision-making and the importance of our conscious experience. So, what does this mean for our everyday lives? For one, recognizing the interplay between our conscious and unconscious processes can empower us to make more informed choices and foster a greater sense of control over our lives. Additionally, understanding the neural basis of decision-making can help us develop strategies for strengthening our willpower, improving our decision-making skills, and ultimately, leading more fulfilling lives. Thank you for joining me on this fascinating exploration of the neuroscience of free will. I hope this discussion has shed light on the intricate processes that underlie our choices and provided you with a greater appreciation for the incredible complexity of our brains. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to Milton the Knower for more insightful conversations on science, philosophy, and mental health. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep growing.